The International Air Transport Association, or IATA, says it's in the final stage of developing a COVID-19 travel pass. It's part of efforts to speed up the reopening of borders. The digital pass will help passengers manage essentials such as coronavirus test results and proof of vaccination for airlines and authorities. It'll also detail the nearest testing or vaccination centers. But it's still a bleak outlook for the aviation industry. IATA warns airlines are on track to lose $175 billion this year and next. That's more than the amount forecast in June. The association says next year will just be the beginning of a long road to recovery. And for more, Alexandre de Juniac, IATA's Director General and CEO, joins us live from Geneva. Well, why has there been a further downgrade of the outlook despite, the recent positive news on the vaccine front? I mean, IATA has also said that, this forecast, this downgraded forecast is on the premise that there's reopening of certain borders.
We have downgraded our forecast because the last one was dating from July. In July, we had hopes that the recovery could be faster and stronger. Because the figures of the traffic were better. And in August, the traffic stalled and then dropped due to the arrival of the second wave in Europe, the third wave in North America. And so the figures of the traffic have been much worse than expected in July. So we have redone our estimate, and now we value the losses for the industry at $118 billion for the end of 2020, which is a significant deterioration, but explained by the deterioration in the traffic.
Well, IATA has said, it expects air traffic to the pre-2019 levels of traffic to only resume around 2024. So which regions do you think will recover the fastest?
First of all, we think that the big domestic market will recover, provided, government lifts the all travel restrictions. We have the good example of China, in which domestic market has almost completely recovered and is back to the 2019 figures. First of all, could be the case also of North America and other big domestic market. In terms of regions, we expect Asia to recover probably the first, because you have several countries in the region that have successfully fought against the virus and which are organizing the routes or the travel and the processes for health control of passengers between them. The future bubble between Singapore and Hong Kong is a good example of that. Then we should see North America, Europe, and Middle East recovering in slightly later. So that's an important point. The other point is that we think that long haul travel will be 1 year late compared to short and mid haul travel.
Well, IATA now has this travel pass. So how many countries are likely to be involved?
Our aim is to provide this app for all our members and all our countries. The purpose of this app, of this travel pass, is a kind of complement of a systematic testing process that we recommend to implement everywhere to be sure that we fly people who present a very, very low risk of being infected, and secondly, of the vaccine as well. Because you will need a kind of certification process that will certify that either you have been vaccinated or you have been tested negatively. This information will have to flow from the lab or the test areas to the passenger, then to the airline, and probably to the government to be sure that everything is in order and is in accordance with travel requirements. And that's where our app is very strong. We have all the travel requirements that have been issued by all government and territory everywhere in the world, and it's updated, second after second. We will have a list of vaccination centers, of test centers that will be available for passengers, and all of that will provide the right information to the right authorities or the right people, and of course to the passengers to be used to secure their travel. And that's a key element.